Are you looking to buy a hyperbaric chamber but you just don't know where to start? Or there's so many models out there you just don't know which one to choose? Well, my name is Dr. Lou Hilliard, and let me show you how we can help you choose the best hyperbaric chamber and how to buy a hyperbaric chamber. In this video, I'm going to go over several tips to teach you how to choose the correct hyperbaric chamber and, most important, on how to buy one. Tip number one, you need to have a prescription from your medical doctor or treating physician. Remember, this is a hyperbaric chamber, is a medical device, and it requires a medical record. Tip number two, when looking at a hyperbaric chamber, make sure you look at the valves. Make sure that you have an open valve where air can always go in and out no matter what. You don't want to get a valve that's a closed valve, so if the pressure stops from the compressor, that the valve will slap closed, and that will cause the chamber to become enclosed just like a balloon or putting your head in a bag. We don't want to do that, do we? The next step, make sure you have a warranty. On all new chambers, there is a warranty pretty much with just about every new chamber. Now, the length of time depends on each manufacturer, but typically a 2-year warranty is typical for all new hyperbaric chambers. If buying a used hyperbaric chamber, it's always important to buy one that has some sort of warranty or at least a guarantee or return period. So if you're not happy with it, you can send it back. But most important, make sure you have that warranty. When looking for a hyperbaric chamber, window construction is very important. You want to get a chamber that has a large window, of course, because that's going to let a lot of light in. You're going to be able to see out or also see in, but for better communication. But most important, you want to get a chamber that has an acrylic type of glass or plexiglass type of finishing. There are a couple of chambers out there. What you want to avoid is anything that has like a clear plastic, because what that tends to do is that window will tend to discolor over time and even oxidize, just like if you see on headlights over time, you get that film. The same thing happens with some of the chambers. So make sure that you have a good, solid window. And the chambers that we sell all have those plexiglass windows that don't discolor over time. Zipper construction is the most important aspect of a chamber. The minimum you want is at least 3 areas of security on that chamber, meaning that, most chambers have, 2 zippers and a couple buckles or 3 zippers, but you want to at least have 3 areas of support or closure along that zipper. So whether it be 2 zippers and then a series of buckles or 3 zippers is most important. You do not want to purchase a chamber that has less than 3, because what's going to happen is over time, if you have 2 zippers, that those zippers are going to start to become weak, they're going to pull apart, and then you're going to start getting chamber leaks over time, and we want to try to avoid that. If you get at least 3 areas of support, that chamber should last you 10, 15, 20 years, pending that you don't do anything to damage the zippers. Also, it is important that you keep the zippers lubricated. On some of the manufacturers that require lubrication, and other manufacturers they don't require, but keep those zippers functioning functioning properly, and that will help the use and longevity of your chamber. Also, with those zippers, you want to try to avoid getting a chamber that has like a rubber flap in between the zippers. They use that as an airlock. Today now, the technology is out there that there are zippers that are airtight that you can get that are much more stronger and supportive than getting a chamber with 2 zippers and a rubber flap in between. You want to avoid that because there again, over time, that rubber starts to dry rot over time. There starts to create leaks, and you're not going to really be happy 5, 10, 15 years down the road if you have a 2 zipper chamber with a rubber flap in there. So you want to just try to avoid that as much as possible. External frames. External frames are the in. The last thing you want to do is have a hyperbaric chamber session and be laying your arm, your knee, your elbow, something that's laying on a hard metal frame for the duration of your hyperbaric session. The last thing you want to do is spend 2 or 3 hours or an hour or two in that chamber while you're pressing up against it. So external frames are awesome. Metal frame is great, but they're very heavy and bulky. Some other companies also have a PVC frame. They're very light. They're easy to break down and take with you and mobilize to where you want to go. But just make sure that you get an external frame. Comfortability is going to be one of the main factors when you're doing your hyperbaric chamber session. One of the things one of the common questions that I get is, what is my expertise? Well, of course, I've been doing this for quite a long time, and for over 15 years, and I've had my clinical experience, and I've been taking care of thousands of patients, to help hundreds of doctors get their hyperbaric chamber, and most important, help them become successful with it. That is the main key. You can buy a hyperbaric chamber from just about anybody today, but really, what is their expertise? What do they know? There are so many people that are out there that are selling chambers that never even been in a chamber. They just wanted to jump on the cash cow. But it's very important that when you are shopping for a hyperbaric chamber, that you know and understand their expertise level within the industry. What have they done? Because most important, the questions that your salesperson or who you're working with and how they answer those questions can literally influence the duration of life of why you have this chamber. And the last thing that you want to do is be misinformed of laws, rules, or even expectations of what this hyperbaric chamber does. So I highly caution you buy from a certified dealer, preferably somebody that has a medical degree, that they know what they're doing, because again, this is a medical device and you want to get the best information as possible, and not somebody that's just going to answer your questions so they can help close the deal. And then next thing you know, you've been misinformed and you're not happy with the overall expectations of what you thought of how to use a chamber. One of the next thing is when shopping for a chamber is, what is the shipping and delivery time? Delivery time of a chamber can vary, but typically delivery can be anywhere between 5 days and 14 days. Unless you're getting a chamber that is customized, or a larger chamber that may take some time to manufacture. But just keep that in mind when choosing a chamber. What is the delivery time? Another important thing is, what is the repair time? What if something goes wrong with the chamber? How long is it going to take for you to be able to fix it? Now, of course, if you're in a business, will they send you a chamber while the other one is getting repaired? So these are very important questions to ask when searching for a chamber and when buying one. I know myself in my business, we always try to take care of our customers, especially our doctors that are out there. There are healthcare physicians that have clinics, that we don't want you to be in any downtime of taking care of your patients, most important. So when choosing that, making sure you understand and know if something is to go wrong, what is the typical response and the repair duration and period, and also will they send you a replacement chamber while that chamber is being repaired. One of the big things also when looking for a hyperbaric chamber is, don't be fooled by the name. There are so many hyperbaric chambers out there and they range in price, but if you're looking to buy a hyperbaric chamber and they're considerably more expensive than the other brands, understand this, that all these chambers are made to reach certain specifications. And with that being said, typically they're all the same. So whether you're paying 3 times as much for a chamber or you're paying just a little bit for a chamber that's more affordable, you're still getting the same chamber that does the same specifications. They're going to reach that 1.3 atmospheres. They're all going to be able to be self-used, where one person can use it, whether it be in or out of the chamber. And also, most important, you want to just make sure that when you're using this chamber, that you take the training course. You learn how to use this chamber properly. I can't stress that enough, that hyperbaric safety training is got to be one of the most important aspects of when buying a hyperbaric chamber, because not only is it going to teach you on how to use a chamber, but it's also going to give you contraindications, what to do if emergency situations are to arise. But most important, ensure that you, your loved ones, your patients will get a wonderful, safe hyperbaric chamber experience by somebody that has been at least trained and taken the training course. I hope these tips have helped you tremendously and helped you in choosing the right hyperbaric chamber or choosing the right place to buy one. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. My number is 770-948-4511, or you can click the link below. As well as if you like this video and you like what we had to say, please like it, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out a lot of great content out here, and I hope to share with you. Again, my name is Dr. Lou Hilliard. I'm from Atlanta Hyperbaric Center. It's great to see you. Thank you.